So this class is going to be all about the shoulders. You can use a block, you may not need it. If you have one, great. If you don't, not a big deal. But before we get started, we're going to talk about the different actions that our shoulders take. We have upward, which is flexion, behind us, which is extension. And then we have abduction, which means our scapula upwardly rotate, and then when we bring them in, they downwardly rotate. And then you also have elevation is when your shoulders lift, and then depression when your shoulders fall. When we're doing our practice, we want our shoulders to fall somewhere in between. So we're going to start on our back. And you can use a pillow or a block or maybe a book that's rather thick. And we're going to lie it medium ways or short ways and align it with our spine. You want it to be at the base of your shoulder blades. Any lower is going to go into your kidneys. Cup your hands at the base of your skull and just lean back and move back and forth. You can allow the elbows to fall open. And just take anywhere from 5 to 10 breaths here. If you need to pause the video because you want to do this longer, you can. Moving on. Roll off the block, and we're going to place the block between our thighs. If you don't have a block, don't worry about it. Just try to have your feet hip distance apart, thighs parallel. We're going to pull our belly button down towards our spine, towards the mat, and tailbone going towards the heels, lifting up using the glutes in a low bridge. So I'm not up here, I'm low, compact. And from here, I'm just going to reach my fingers up towards the ceiling, palms facing each other. And one at a time, or you could do both, reaching the fingers up, my shoulder blades come off the mat, and then they settle back down, and maybe I squeeze them lightly together. Reach them up, exhale, squeeze together. Go ahead, 3 more of those. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Pausing here, stretching out the wrist real quick, maybe lower and lifting the heels. If that's too much, you're more than welcome to lower down here. And then switching to the other wrist. And then one at a time, lowering down towards the mat. An important part of warming up for your yoga practice and these shoulders is getting the core integrated. So you can bring your knees over your hips or extend the legs up again. If you don't have a block, that's okay. Just bring the knees over the hips and make sure that your sacrum is on the floor, so the area right above your tailbone. Fingers interlace behind the head, elbows point up, not out. Take a breath in. Exhale, pull the belly button down and lift your shoulder blades off of the mat. Being careful not to let the ribs flare here. Inhale, come down. Exhale, come up. Twist towards the right 2 inches. Make sure the scapula still stays off the floor and open it up to the right. Inhale, come to center and lower. Exhale up. Turn to the left. Flare the left elbow out. Bring it back in. Inhale, come down. Exhale, adding on. Turn towards the right. Right elbow reaches out. And then maybe reach your left hand up towards your right toes. Inhale, come to center and down. Last one, exhale up. Turn towards the left. Left elbow flares. Right fingers reach towards the left toes, and then inhale, everything comes down. Go ahead and move the block, give yourself a hug. And we're gonna come on up to our hands and our knees. Spread the fingers wide, wrists under shoulders. Knees are coming under the hips. From here, I want to lift my head in line with my shoulders. So it's not down here, I'm pulling the front of the throat. I'm not double chinning, it's in a neutral position. And from here, I'm going to soften through my heart and then puff up through my shoulder blades and tuck my chin. Notice how it's not dramatic like a cat. So I find neutral spine, let my heart melt, push the ground away, tuck the chin. So you can do anywhere from 5 to 10 of these. And then from there, walking our feet up towards our hands, coming up to standing. From here, we'll inhale, reach those arms up, keeping the ribs down. Head is in line with the biceps. Exhale, bend the knees, hands come underneath of the shoulders. Inhale, step the right foot back, drop the right knee under the right hip and come on up. From here, my left knee is over my left ankle. Ribs are drawing in and trying to pull that left foot towards myself. Right glute is on as I try to push my back hip forward. And from here, I'm gonna roll my shoulders one at a time. Being careful not to let my head drop and not to let my ribs pull forward. Hands come down underneath of the shoulders, step back to high plank. Head is in line with the spine. Again, not down here. Lower the knees. Pull the hands back towards the knees, so feel your heart come forward a little bit. Exhale, lower down to your mat slowly. Inhale, baby cobra, shoulders squeeze together. Exhale, push the ground away, lifting up and back into down dog with the knees bent. Step the right foot forward, drop the left knee. Inhale, come on up. Same structure, pulling the right foot towards you. Left glute is on, roll the shoulders one at a time. And then on your inhale, hands come down, step your back foot in, sweep the arms forward and up. Exhale, hands come together, or by your side. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold in half, hands come underneath of the shoulders, not in line with the feet. Inhale, step the right foot back, slide the hands back, fingertips on the ground or on a block or books. On our inhale, we're shrugging the shoulders together, being careful not to let the ribs go or the chin lift. So I'm shrugging them in towards each other. Exhale, they come down towards the mat. Inhale, shrugging them together. Exhale, down, adding on, shrugging them together, then pulling the elbows back, letting them straighten and come down. 3 more. Keep that back glute active as you push through the right big toe. Last one, pull it in. And then we lower that back knee, bringing the arms to field goal posts. So imagine that alignment that we had on, and from here, one at a time, we'll reach our shoulders up. So I'm not moving from my elbow, I'm moving from the shoulder blade on my back itself. And then from here, I'll keep that feeling, lower the hands down under the shoulders, step back into high plank and hold. You have the option to lower your knees here. My glutes are on and my belly button's pulling into my spine, and I'm going to lift one leg and then the other. Plank walking, 2 more in each leg. And then from here, lowering the knees, lowering all the way. Inhale, I'm going to place my hands on the low back, lift my heart a little bit, squeeze the shoulder blades together, pulling my belly button up into my hands and then maybe lifting my legs. Feeling the strength and stability of our core and also our shoulders. From here, lowering the hands underneath the shoulders, tucking the toes, pushing the ground away up to the knees, and back to down dog. I walk my feet in so I have a bounce. I'm not sinking into my shoulders, I have structure here. And I'm going to bend my elbows, quarter of the way down towards the mat. So I'm not coming all the way down. Quarter of an inch, and then I'm sucking them in towards each other. Meanwhile, trying to keep my ribs in. This is called turbo dog. So I'm trying to pull my elbows together. And then I'm straightening them, lifting my hips up, taking a breath in. Exhale, bend the knees. Step or jump towards your hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, step in line. Pressing through that left big toe, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Pull the belly button up and in. 2, 3 more. Pull it up and then kick the elbows back. Bring it down. Bring it up. Last one. Squeeze it. Hold it here. Make sure your chin hasn't lifted. Lower your knee. Arms to field goal post, one at a time. Lift it up. Lift it up. So I'm not straightening my arm. Good. Hands come down. Step back to high plank. Keep those ribs in. I'm not letting my belly dump. Good. Walking plank here. Or you can just hold high plank. I'm not puffing up between my shoulder blades. I'm staying relatively solid. And then lowering my knees, lowering my chest. Here I'm gonna keep my forehead on the floor or a book if I have it. My arms come to field goal posts. Pulling my belly up and in, my legs stay rooted. I'm lifting only my arms. Breathing here. Can also turn my thumbs to face up. And then I bring them under the shoulders, pushing up and back into down dog, walking my feet in a half step. Taking a few breaths here, bending the elbow and then sucking them in. You should be trembling here, a little bit shaky. And then straighten the elbows, take a breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, and then step or jump towards your hands. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up, keeping those ribs down. Exhale, arms by the side. Shake it out. So this last part is an optional cool down, and otherwise you can go on amongst your activities, but I'm going to show it from this angle. We're just going to inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, thread it underneath. My right cheek comes down. I'm reaching the left fingertips forward. Trying to pull those ribs away from my thighs. And then maybe I step my left knee closer to my right. And then inhale, left hand comes under, stepping the left knee away, reach. Exhale, come down, other side. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, thread it under. Right fingertips reach towards the front of the mat. Right knee can go next to the left one. Breathe in here. Last breath. Stepping the right knee out. Right hand comes under, left arm reaches. And exhale. You can finish with your own closing meditation or get off your mat and go and do things.